Hello everyone. Oh wow. Firm. Hello everyone, my name is Zach and welcome to another live stream of Elder Scrolls Oblivion, my 100% playthrough. It's been a while since we covered this game. It's been at least 3 weeks now. 3 weeks since I last streamed this game, and really do apologize for that. I had issues sleeping. Sleeping has actually gone a little bit better. Was really good last night, admittedly. Was able to fall asleep until about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I was tired. I just couldn't fall into a deep sleep. I was sleeping for maybe, I don't know, like 10, 15 minutes at a time. I was having mini dreams, and I wasn't able to fall into a deep sleep until, I think it was probably about 4 a.m. I think I mentioned that earlier, but in the same conversation. I really know what caused it, because I was tired. I was ready to sleep. I could feel the things taken in, but I had to take like 2 melatonin tablets in order to sleep. Don't know what caused it. Anyway, we are going to go to Bruma. Gonna do the oh right, we can't fast travel when we're in the building. Gonna travel to Bruma, we're gonna do the major skill quest line there, and then we're gonna be going to gonna be doing some exploring, and then going to Shaden Hall, I believe, to talk to Berserker Cash, I think is the leader in Shaden Hall, to try and do another mission for try and get some levels, I should say, for the Fire Guild. I'm trying to remember how to play. I'm kind of pressing random buttons at this point. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stream the full 4 hours today. I feel like I have enough energy to stream the full 4 hours today, but I don't know if I have the motivation to do it. I'm mainly streaming for 2 hours again. Let's see where I'm at. I am going to be doing a bit of exploration after we do this recommendation.
Anytime now.
Tidings. Let's hear it.
Okay, where is the Mages Guild? Look around a bit. See if we can find it. Do we have... This is general store. Do we need to sell anything?
Well met. What? Bye.
I'm Surotan. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
Arrow Qualms, what's that? Enchanted arrow looks like. I don't think I need to sell anything. I can sell the fur helmet.
A fine transaction.
Got a lot of scrolls. I don't know if any of them are particularly good.
Thank you for your patronage. Good day.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go back to and try and find the Mages Guild. There's a blacksmith. This is an inn.
How do you do?
We're all talking about the Emperor's murder. We have no Emperor and no heir. That's never happened before. I suppose we
Where
should all be
is the
worried.
Mages Guild?
Apparently, Rightwing teaches his blade skills to others.
This is a Fires Guild. This is the Mages Guild.
Why, hello there. You must be new. Oh, it's so nice to see new faces in the guild. If you ever need anything, just let me know. I have friends in all sorts of high places, you know, so I can get things done that others can't. And if I can do anything for you, I'd be happy to. Someday, maybe you could return the favor. Why, all the important people in the guild are there. Archmage Traven lives there, in the tower. It's a fabulous place. You really should see it someday. I've been there many times myself. The Imperial City just wouldn't be the same without it. Maybe someday, if you know the right people, you might get a chance to see it.
Bruma.
You know what it's like. Make lots of friends and look busy. Same as anywhere. Guild members who have access to the university can craft their own spells, not to mention chat with the most important people in the guild.
Rumors?
Necromancy may be legal in Cyrodiil, but few will openly admit to practicing it now that the Mages Guild has banned it. A recommendation from me? Well, of course. Raminus would naturally want my opinion, wouldn't he? This is a situation we can both benefit from, Associate. You do me a small favor, and I'll happily send along a glowing recommendation. If you can find Jaskar, I'll write the recommendation immediately.
Who is Jaskar?
He's disappeared. I mean, he's really disappeared. No one here has seen him in days. Volinaro thinks maybe a spell backfired. If someone from the council were to stop by and find him gone, it'd look bad for me. I can't have that. Talk to the mages here and see what you can find out. If you can make Jaskar reappear, you'll have your recommendation.
Will do.
Once I can see Jaskar again, I'd be more than happy to write a recommendation for you. Please come find me as soon as you've
Okay,
located
let's
Jaskar.
try and find someone to talk to.
Volinaro, at your service. Need a spell? Need an item recharged? Need a witty practical joke played on someone? I can handle it all.
Bruma.
It's a little too rugged up here for me. Add a couple hairs to a nod, and you've got a bear.
I have no idea why, but the facial hair in this game looks so weird and unnatural.
You want to find Jaskar? All right, I think I can help with that. But you have to agree to do something for me first. And whatever you do, you can't tell Jean about it, all right?
Okay, what is it?
That's the spirit. You help me pull off a little prank, and I'll help you find Jaskar.
Jean Froserick.
With all due respect to our wonderful leader, she couldn't cast her way out of a paper sack. It's insulting that we're here, working for her, when she knows nothing. She's managed to butter up the right people just enough to keep her position. and there's little we can do about it. But we have our ways of coping with the situation.
Mage Guild.
It's a shame that Selena doesn't join in our fun, but she takes her role as an alchemist very seriously. If you need supplies, she's the one to see.
What about rumors?
Not only has necromancy been banned from practice in the Mages Guild, but the guild won't deal with anyone who openly uses it.
Okay, and lastly, I want to take a look at what spells
What can
you
I interest
have.
you in?
You need to get like these skills to be high level. Freaking mysticism level 75, Jesus. Is my Xbox being really loud? Sounds like it. I don't know why my fan is running really really hard on my Xbox. Should be fine. It's just weird that I can hear it through my headset. What's heroic touch? Rally on touch. What's your prank?
Really? You're going to love this. I'll teach you a spell to unlock things. What you need to do is get into Jean's desk and bring me her manual of spellcraft, okay? Her room is upstairs. Make sure no one sees you. You do that for me, and I'll make sure you can find Jaskar.
Just bring him a book, okay?
Really? I'll teach her room. Let me know when you're done with that little task.
I gotta find that book he gave me. He gave me something. He gave me, is it under magic? There it is. Oh, we need alteration level 25. Well, hopefully we can pick it. How do I crouch again? Sneak is B.
Well met.
How are you today?
Fan, have you pulled that little prank yet?
Yes, I'm gonna give it to you right in front of her.
You've got Jean's book, I see. All right then, I'll just take that from you. Meet me in the living quarters just after 10 p.m.
10 p.m. Okay, so we just wait 12 hours. Our break is starting in 7 minutes and 10 seconds, actually. How did I get that wrong? Oh my god, I fucking did it wrong again. Okay. Living quarters after. Wait, it said 10 p.m., not 12 p.m. I'm gonna fucking reload a save. Living
Greetings to you.
quarters. Didn't mean to leave the living quarters. Go back in here.
Ready to find Jaskar?
Yes. Let's.
Just watch. You'll see. Well met. She won't figure this out for weeks. Ah, it's times like this I enjoy what I do. It was a good idea, wasn't it? I wonder how long she'll spend trying to figure out where she put it down. It's a little too rugged up here for me. Good day.
Hello there. I hear you've been looking for me.
Indeed, I
Please,
have.
don't be mad. We were just having some fun. We just get tired of Jinn lording her position over us when she barely knows anything about magic. Every now and then, we like to trick her. We figured it was time to move on to a new prank. This one was getting boring anyway. So, you can tell her you found me. Finding ways to confuse her just never gets old for me. It's good practice of our skills, too. But it's mostly just funny.
Mage Guild.
There's not much to do here in the Bruma Guild. If you can get to the Arcane University, though, they let you make your own spells there.
Frank?
Well, it was fun while it lasted. I'll have to start thinking up something new to try.
So he literally just turned invisible.
Frostcrag Spire has been uninhabited for so long. They say it was as wondrous as the Arcane University itself.
Frostcrag Spire is a player home that is also a DLC. Oh, it was a DLC in the base game, I should say. I think she might be upstairs. Oh, she's asleep. Let's just wait until it's daytime. Let's go ahead and wait. 9 hours.
Any luck finding Jaskar?
Yes, I did find your scar.
Found him, did you? Well, I suppose that's good. You'll have to forgive me. I seem to have misplaced something. Yes, well, let's never mind that. You've fulfilled your end of the bargain, though, so I'll fulfill mine. Ramanus will have my recommendation. And don't you forget about me once you've finished your training. I'm sure we can help each other out. Good day.
Hey, we got a recommendation from Bruma. Let's do some exploration. That break is starting in a little bit less than 2 minutes. So we're just gonna make our way over to location. So the first place, what's this? Oh, First place we're going to be going to is about right here. A cave there called Bruma Caverns. That's where we're going to be exploring first. We're going to do a bit of exploration, like quite a bit actually.
Oh, have pity and an...
Gonna be exploring 2 caves and an alien ruins at least.
What is it?
Hope everyone says it's going great. On Monday, I'm going to be recording a video, a really long video that's actually not related to my YouTube channel, actually, or Twitch. A video I was planning on making for a while that I'm finally going to sit down and record. I'm also going to burn it onto the CD. I've never actually burned a CD before, so it's going to be kind of interesting. Don't come after me. Once again, I did not catch the ad break when it was coming up, so we're back now. Go and explore Bruma Caverns. Oh, this is trespassing. That means that if I get caught there, I'll get a bounty, so let's not explore Bruma Caverns. Maybe one day we can go there without, maybe as part of a quest or something. And as a case... go ahead and set a marker for about here. Looking for a settlement called Apple Watch. Nearby is a cave called Capstone Cave. It's nice how there seems to be a lot of settlements in this game. In Skyrim, I think there was probably about like 4 or 5 settlements in the game. There wasn't that much, but I think in Oblivion there's like 30. Like,
Getting tired.
you come after me?
That the best you can do?
You're pathetic.
Take a lockpick or steel arrow. Gonna say, I think, like, I'm trying to think in Skyrim, there was Iverstead, there was, Iverstead, there was, Warwickstead, there was Riverwood. I don't actually know if there's too many else. Oh, there was Dragon's Reach, or Dragon's Roost, whatever that town is called, near, Solitude. That might be it. It's like 4.
Hello? Who's there?
It's a fight you want. It's a fight you get. Die! Jump on my sword while you can. Am I supposed to be impressed?
You're pathetic.
Take that!
You're a traitor to your race.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
Inventory. Let's just do intelligence.
I'll hack you to pieces. Whoa!
I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
Okay, let's go ahead and get a lockpick and silver arrows. Potion of healing, I'll take that. And there's enemies nearby so I can't sleep to restore health. Fast, slow, slow, fast. I'm gonna go up here first. There's just 2 ways to go.
Oh, what's the matter? Is the baby gonna cry?
What's the matter? Tired. Die.
Back here. There you go. Bandit Bowman. Nothing new for us. I don't want your crappy iron arrows. See what this guy has. Okay. Oh. I was looking at the wrong stat. I was so confused. Wait, it still doesn't have like 17 arrows in that stat. I thought I only had 1. I was looking at the wrong stat. Okay, well that's a dead end. There's a chest here.
What's that? Your presence here will not be tolerated.
Let's loot up. Chainmail, that's nice. Could take that, but I don't really want to. Peril is kind of heavy. Got a few paths we can take. I'm actually gonna go back and see if I can sleep in that bedroll now. Still enemies nearby. Alright, well that's fine. This is dead end.
You elves are all the same. All flash and no fury. Today you die.
Almost got restoration level 50, that's nice. A chainmail gauntlet. Athletics level 39. Gonna save. You haven't saved in a while. So this leads to a new area. I'm actually gonna circle back to that bed, and we're going to gonna explore the other side and kill bandits on that side, and then we're gonna go back to that bed and sleep to level up. Was that the one enemy that was nearby that was preventing me from leveling up? Probably. You woke today with a new sense of purpose. You're no longer afraid of failure. Failure is just an opportunity to learn something new. Let's go ahead. Boost strength a bit more. We will boost intelligence. And gonna boost personality a bit. A lot of rats here. Got Blade level 57, that's nice. Let's keep going. Need to get a better healing spell. Haven't really found any of the score. Ow. Let's see that trap. Walked right through it. Poor doggy. Getting a lot of gold. Let's look around so we can find a lot of dead rats in this cave.
Die!
Where the fuck did you come from? 'This is an interesting location. Oh, I think I was down there. Yeah, I think. Where I was before. $500 and something gold. That's awesome. And we got a. Wow, that's worth 2,000 gold. I'll take that. Oh, I triggered a trap. I didn't even notice. Yeah, well, this place is cleared out. At least I think it is. There's a cave entrance in this place, is there? No, we are done. There's that down there. Oh. It's a, okay. Just leave. Or no, we can. Isn't that bad of a dungeon? I break starting in 10 minutes. Am I blind? Yes, to this place. Oh, is it? It's down here. Okay, that's why I can find it. And now we're going to Rielle. The last dungeon gonna be exploring for now. Shooting at me? I'm hearing arrows, but I don't see anyone. Some weird sounds. This may not be a dungeon. Oh wait, yes it is. Right here. And 2 paths to go. Let's go right first. Damn it! I hate lockpicking in this game. It's so bad. So I kind of prefer a little bit of remix in comparison to remasters. There's so many problems in the original Oblivion game, that original Oblivion, that I feel would have really benefited from a rework if this game was a remake instead of a remaster. Lockpicking being one of them. And fucking destroy all the work I made. If I get too low of lockpicks, then I'll just go and reload a save and I'll try and do this again. There you go.
Stay away! I scour the land, seeking fortune for Gortwog and Orsinium. Someday all will recognize the true wealth of the orcs. You too seek wealth, do you not? May you find it, and may tales of your journey be legendary.
No idea why you're here. Random. I thought you were a bandit. About ready to start blasting. This looks like a new area, so we're gonna be circling back. And break is starting in 4 minutes. Heck is that? Is that diamond? No? Okay.
Whoa! Die, damn you! Oh!
You already kill him? Oh. Golf clap for you. We got a few paths we can take. Let's go on the path of the ghost first. I can go that way. I want to go on the other side first. That break is starting in 50 seconds. Hey, get up there. Gonna linger here until the ad break starts and ends. Okay, we are back. I really do like exploring these Iliad ruins. I haven't found a dungeon that repeated design. That's one of the common complaints I heard about Oblivion before I started streaming this game, is that the dungeons just are the same. At least from my experience, I was playing Skyrim, like every dungeon was unique. Like it was like, it didn't really like repeating designs. Yeah, reuse assets, but every game reuses assets. But the designs were unique, and I've yet to find a dungeon that repeats a design yet. What's down here? I wonder if zombies in this game kind of function the same as zombies in normal fiction. You get bitten by a zombie, you get turned into a zombie. Or if it's zombies are literally only a creation of necromancy, which is kind of what seems to be implied here. Like, are zombies created, or are they like a victim of a disease? That's what I'm trying to like figure. That's what I kind of want to know. And unfortunately, like zombies, as far as I'm aware, they only appear in Cyrodiil. They only appear in Oblivion. Because yeah, you have Draugr in Skyrim, but Draugr is kind of different from zombies. Draugr and Skyrim are essentially undead warriors that had their rest disturbed and kind of brought back to life because they're undead warriors that are kind of brought back to life because they had their because their tomb was disturbed by explorers or whatever. That's kind of like the story that's kind of like explained. I haven't played too much of Morrowind. I have played Morrowind before. It's not like I haven't played that game, but the Morrowind is like very weird, at least to me, because Morrowind is very weird, at least to me. We can go to the other side now. Simply because of the fact that it this is actually a pretty big dungeon. It has weird gameplay mechanics where it seems like, at least from my experience, every single attack you do on an enemy, you're essentially like rolling a dice on if you're gonna deal damage or if you're gonna miss. And you pretty much need to save before each encounter if you want to make sure that you want to make sure that you can kill an enemy. What I played of Morrowind, I literally got to the first town after just starting a game, and I heard villagers talk about bandits nearby holding up in a dungeon. I was thinking, oh, maybe if I clear that out, it will actually do something for me. So I go to this dungeon, into the first room. There's 3 bandits there, and I saved before the encounter because I was advised beforehand. I saw advice beforehand to save before the encounter. Really, that's it. And what was surprising, at least for me, was every single attack I did on an enemy seemed to miss. I got like maybe 1 or 2 hits, which took down like maybe like 5% of the enemy's health, maybe less. But it ended each time with my death. I watched a playthrough at one point of a YouTuber playing Morrowind with a unique playstyle. He was doing an unarmored, sort of like a monk playthrough. There's like a specific type of playstyle that's contributed to monk, where you just fight with your fists. And that's kind of what I was playing. I was playing as that's what he was playing. He was playing a monk playthrough. And it's just kind of funny to me because by the end of his playthrough, when I stopped watching, like not even at the end of his playthrough, he got to a point where he was constantly and consistently dealing damage. Just constantly and consistently dealing damage. And it really didn't make any sense to me. Really didn't make any sense to me how this guy would constantly just be dealing damage like that. I can consume a Varla stone. When I just couldn't like deal damage, and apparently like you actually, as you level up, as you progress. Actually, I think it's called Welkin Stone. As you level up and as you progress, you actually I don't know what that does. As you level up and as you progress, you can actually like deal more damage more consistently. But I haven't actually managed to find out for myself how we did it, and I did try to do a bit of research. To be honest, I tried to like do my own research, but I just couldn't figure it out. I don't know. I don't know what the trick is for Morrowind. I may stream that game one day when I do research, when I kind of figure out what I've been doing wrong. But I don't know. And also, the Morrowind on console, I own Morrowind on Xbox, backwards compatible, like original Xbox. That game is prone to crashing, so if I were to play Morrowind, I'll probably play it on PC. Oh yeah, it's kind of more like kind of my thoughts on Morrowind. There's also Daggerfall and Arena as well as some side games. I don't know if I'm ever going to be playing Arena or Daggerfall. I can already tell you right now that I know for a fact my PC is not strong enough to run Morrowind. Not more Morrowind, run Daggerfall. Daggerfall is fucking massive. It's a huge game. And I can tell you with absolute certainty. That sounds a pressure plate. I can tell you with absolute certainty that my PC is not strong enough to run Daggerfall. You need to have a very powerful PC in order to run Daggerfall, and I just simply don't have one. I have a very powerful gaming PC, but it's not as powerful as I think you need in order to run Daggerfall. There's people with really good PCs, like even back when it first came out, that could run Daggerfall, but I guarantee you, my PC as it stands right now, it would freaking die. It would be freaking chugging if I were to try and install Daggerfall and try and play it. I would like to be able to play it one day, I just don't have a good enough PC to do it. I need to update my graphics card, I need to like do a bunch of like component upgrades if I want to use my PC. Actually play Daggerfall. Alternatively, I could just buy a new PC, but that'll cost $1,000 and I don't want to do that yet. Plus Daggerfall, Morrowind, Arenas are not high on my priority right now. Maybe one day I'll play it, but it's gonna be years and years and years down the line. Assuming I'm still streaming. I'm not even paying attention, I was kind of zoning out there for a second. We are an hour into the stream, probably another hour. I'm actually probably gonna be in the stream probably after this dungeon. We don't really do much, but again, like I'm just really tired right now, and I just kind of really want to take a break. As it sounds, I don't. I'm actually probably gonna be recording a video after this. That's probably been put at the end of this video, at the end of the stream. Probably gonna record myself. Fuck! Fucking scare the shit out of me. Restoration mastery increase. The secret energies of the human body have not surrendered their mysteries easily to you. And now Journeyman of Restoration can cast Journeyman level restoration spells. Nice. This is probably the most interesting dungeon I've played so far. I really like the design of this dungeon. It's like very complex. Fuck was that sound? That was disgusting. Hi. Have to level up. This do. Go back. I have a theory of what that did. Fuck you! Forgot about you. It's so cheap. No, that's not it. Oh, hey. Did something. That's just that probably leads to where I from before. I thought there was a skeleton on the ground. I had to do a double check. That's easy. Oh, gem, copper amulet. Oh, journeyman and limbic. I'll take that. But I can't use that yet because I don't have a high enough level in alchemy. I think that's actually it for this area. I think we're done with this dungeon. We'll actually go to we'll go to Leywin or Shadowhome, whatever that thing is called, and we'll go do a quest for Bursgo Cache. I thought we were gonna be in that dungeon for a little bit longer. What is it called? I think it's Shaden Hall? Or Shaden Hall. I thought I saw a bandit running up to me, so I had to like pause, unpause the game or whatever, and just check. It was just a guard walking to the down path. But it's like, get out of the menu and just look.
I'm only asking for a single coin. Have pity. One more coin. Thank you, kind lady. Oh, blessings of Stendar upon ye.
Still in here. Oh shit. That is a generous fun. I'm gonna wait. Oh, it's now restricted now.
What?
Well, that's your problem.
Let's do business. I can't make that deal.
Why is this worth 1 gold? But it looks like it's like a unique elven piece of gear. How much does this do in comparison to the same damage? So let's sell the short sword. Let's go to I have 4,318. I'm tempted to sell the gold trim shoes, but I'm gonna keep that because I think that might be a unique item. But that is worth a decent chunk of gold.
Tell your friends about me. Leave me alone.
What the fuck did I do to you? Seriously? And poop in your Cheerios or something? To find an armor. Blacksmith, I should say. Actually, let's just go to the Ferris Guild. I may be at the wrong place. Let's go to the living quarters first and we'll sleep to level up. Yeah, smart as her and a little luck now and then is nice, but the key is patience and hard work. What does willpower do again? I need to boost willpower a bit, that'll be helpful. Also go ahead and boost endurance. Especially boost agility. I think I'm in the wrong place. Place is a little familiar. I don't think this is where Birds Grow Cash is. Am I blind here? I'm in the wrong place. Is it layaway? I'm actually gonna Google it. I don't know where Birds Grow Cash is. Shaden Hall. Is that where I am right now? I am in channel. Okay, well maybe he's not here at this time today. Let's wait a few hours. I make it starting in 10 seconds. We're gonna be in back mode. Okay, we are back. I found Burstro actually went downstairs where I left off. He's gonna talk to him.
I've got another contract for you, meat. I assume you won't embarrass yourself. It's from Biena Amelion at the Water's Edge settlement. She needs something retrieved from her ancestral tomb. Try not to muck it up.
Biena Amelion, who is that?
You'll find her at the Water's Edge settlement. It's marked on your map. Haul your carcass to that settlement, meat.
See, where am I going? Down there, really. So it's going fast travel to Leyland. Where am I? Go ahead and walk. So, one thing I will say, this area, I wonder if it's close to Morrowind, not Morrowind, but Black Marsh. Black Marsh is home of the Argonians. It's like very swampy. That's kind of what this area kind of reminds me of. Cyrodiil, in regards to... Hi. Cyrodiil, in regards to the whole Tamriel, is kind of like in the center of a bunch of different countries, and surrounded by different countries. In fact, in a lot of... In Skyrim, you can actually see the borders of, you can actually go to the border of Cyrodiil. I think it's pretty cool. It's actually a quest, or not really a quest, but a, there's a, DLC. Hi. Where you can go to, where you can do something involving Cyrodiil. I don't know if you can go to Cyrodiil, but I heard there's something traveling under the water, but it's just shadow. But I heard it, it like involves Cyrodiil in some way. I haven't like played that mod yet, but I know what it's like.
Can you help me? Hello, you must be from the Fighters Guild. I'm glad you're here. I need your help to repay a debt. I am Biena Amelion.
As lightning as always.
I'm afraid so. My father had a bit of an issue with gambling. I'm afraid he built up a rather large debt. Now that he's gone, the debt is mine. Gone. Dragged from our house in the night. To pay the debt, I'd like to sell the sword and armor of my grandfather, or I might be next. A great deal. Over 1,000 septims. My father was quite a gambler. Quite a bad gambler. They were buried with my grandfather in the family tomb. The sword and cuirass were enchanted and should cover my debt. Please, get them for me. Not far, in my family's ancestral tomb. Here, I can mark it on your map. Please, return them to me so I can pay off my father's debts. Cyrodiil is surrounded to the north and east by the lofty Gerald and Vallis mountain ranges. You're my only hope.
Help me, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. But that always reminds me of that line from Star Wars. Well, I guess we're going for a swim. Probably gonna get attacked by slaughterfish. Hopefully don't get killed by them. Get a lot of experience as we level up skills. It got decent amount of experience in just getting the athletics level 41. Gonna save the Nern Root for later. Nern Root's a type of collectible, and there's actually a quest involving Nern Root. I'm gonna save collecting all the Nern Root until after we get that quest. Like a cave. I was kind of expecting. I guess this kind of makes sense as a cave. I don't think I ever see like an actual crypt like you would see in Skyrim in this game. Unless you're going to a town, because I'm assuming there's like a Hall of the Dead or something in towns. Though I never found one. Hey, hold on, I'm gonna go back here. It's weird there's a dead end. Oh, hi. Oh. Cool. Okay, this looks like it leads to a new area. Yeah, well, actually, no, it's a basic wooden door. This looks interesting. Yep, okay, so that is the area to progress. I'm gonna go back to the entrance of this place, because there's a path I didn't take that I'm kind of curious what's down there. Ow! Cheap. Hello. Terrible coffins. I retrieved the ceremonial sword and armor from Amelion Tomb. Should return them to what's her name? Need to get a better healing spell. Haven't found one yet. Where am I? I'm going the right way. I would fast travel back, but I can't when there's enemies nearby, so I'm just going back to swim across. I heard something swimming towards me.
Did you find them? Hello again. Have you had any... You found them! Fantastic! I can't tell you what this means to me.
I'm gonna give her the sword and armor.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hopefully, I'll be able to sell these for enough to pay my debt. You're a lifesaver. I can't tell you how much your help means to me. Thank you again. I'll never forget this.
I could have spent my own money to pay out the debt and just sold this stuff for myself, but I'll be roughly probably earning like a slight profit. And didn't really think it was worth it. By the way, the reason why I'm traveling to the gates of each town instead of just traveling to the town itself, in Skyrim there was a mechanic where if you are level 5 or higher,
I'm only asking.
you could get attacked by vampires, by dragons, all this kind of stuff. I don't know if there's a similar mechanic in this game, so I'm just like fast traveling to the stables just in case. Because if I can avoid the death of NPCs that could have quests, then I should. Because not all NPCs are protected, even NPCs with quests can be killed, so we just protect my ass.
You need to finish out the contract. Got a sword and armor for her, huh? Not bad work, meat. Here's your payment for the contract. You're due for advancement. I hereby name you Protector of the Fighters Guild.
Hey, nice! Another achievement.
Farewell.
And I think that's gonna do it for today. If you are remotely into a season today, all the games I cover on my channel will be played from a completion. And we'll be streaming Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered yet again on Saturdays on P5 Pacific Standard Time. I'm gonna be streaming Forza Horizon 6 for 100% completion on Wednesdays and Fridays on P5 Pacific Standard Time. And I'm gonna be streaming Saints Row 2 for 100% completion on Sundays on P5 Pacific Standard Time. In addition to that, Tuesdays and Thursdays I can be hosting live streams focusing on my novel project. Tuesdays and Thursdays can be hosting a writer's workshop stream where from 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time I'm going to be working for my next book. If you have questions about the writing process or the publishing process, or if you are curious to see another writer's own individual writing process, feel free to come by and ask me your questions. That's what the environment is for. That's gonna do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another post-stream session where we go over all of the new entries. Well, not really all the new entries for the journal, where we go over some bit of lore for the game. Give me 1 second while I get things sorted. Need to go back to Anvil. We're gonna go back to the Major Guild in Anvil, and we're gonna be reading some unread stuff. Go ahead and travel to I hope everyone's day is going great. I'm gonna wait 8 hours.
Well met.
Yes?
And let's go into the Mage's Guild. And go to the top floor. I think we read everything so far. I think we read everything on the top floor. In the library now. Oh, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I'm in the process of doing some video editing right now, and I just had to make sure that the video files are downloading. Currently downloading a VOD from Twitch, actually the stream that I just got finished streaming.
Hail.
I've read this. Yeah, we read this. Yeah, I read this too. He read Brief History of the Empire. I don't think we have. Oh right, I was waiting until I got volume 2 of the Brief History of the Empire. I don't think I have. Alright, well let's go down because I need to buy a book. Yeah, this is something that I think I read. I'm actually not sure. I'm gonna read it just in case. Because I don't know if I've read this. Form the first, make us allow the mana fountain to be primed with pure gold. For from pure gold, only may the humors be rectified, and the pure principles coax from the chaos of pure power. Droppest thou then the pure gold upon the surface of the mana fountain, takest thou exceeding great care to safeguard yourself from this insalubrious tempest of the mana fountain, for through such assault may one's health be utterly blighted. Form the second, make sure that thou havest with you this excellent manual, so that thou might speak necessary words straight away and without error, that thou not in carelessness cause thyself and much else to discorporate and disorder the world with your component humors. For the third, take in hand the item to be restored, and then hold it forthright in the prime fountain, murmuring all the while the appropriate phrases which are to be learned most expeditiously and faultlessly from this manual, in this manual alone, notwithstanding the vile calumnies of Carnison and Rator, whose bowels are consumed by envy of my great learning, and who do falsely give testament to the efficacies of the manuals which are in every way inferior and steep in error. Form the fourth. Proceed instantly to heal thyself of all injuries, or to avail yourself of the healing powers of the temples and healers. For though the agonies of Manacos must be borne by any who would restore a prize arcana to full potency, yet it is not wise that the suffering be endured unduly, nor does the suffering in any way render the potency more sublime. Notwithstanding the foolish speculations of Carnus and Rator, whose faults wickedness are manifest even to the least learned of critics. I think that's something I read before. Report disaster at Elena. This is something that I remember I was going to say for later. I know for a fact I haven't read this. Part 1 preparations. The Emperor's plan for the invasion of Akavir were laid in the 270s. And he began the conquest of the small island kingdoms that lie between Tamriel and Akavir. With the fall of Black Armor and Esroniet in 282, Uriel V was already looking ahead to the ultimate prize. He immediately ordered extensive renovations to the port, which would serve as a marshalling point for the invasion force and as a main supply source throughout the campaign. At this time, he also began the construction of the many large ocean-going transports that would be needed for the final crossing to Akavir, in which the navy was previously deficient. Thus, it can be seen that the Emperor's preparations for the invasion were laid well in advance, before even the conquest of the Esroniet was complete. It was not a sudden whim as some might have charged. When Prince Bashalman yielded Esroniet to Imperial authority in 284, the Emperor's full attention could be devoted to planning for the Akaviri campaign. Naval expeditions were dispatched in 285 and 286 to scout the sea lanes and coastlands of Akavir, and various Imperial intelligence agents, both magical and mundane, were employed to gather information. On the basis of all this information, the kingdom of Saishi in the southwest of Akavir was selected as the initial target for the invasion. Meanwhile, the Emperor was gathering his expeditionary force. A new Far East fleet was created for the campaign, which for a time dwarfed the rest of the navy. It is said to be the most powerful fleet ever assembled in the history of Tamriel. The 5th, 7th, 10th, and 14th legions were selected for the initial landing, with the 9th, 17th to follow as reinforcements once the beachhead was secured. While this may seem to the layman a relatively small fraction of the army's total manpower, must remember that this expeditionary force would have to be maintained at the end of a long and tenuous supply line. In addition, the Emperor and the army command believed that the invasion would not be strongly opposed, at least at first. Perhaps most crucially, the Navy had only enough heavy transport capacity to move 4 legions at a time. It should be noted here that the Commission does not find fault with the Emperor's preparations for the invasion. Based on the information available prior to the invasion, which, while obviously deficient in hindsight, great effort had been made to accumulate. The Commission believes that the Emperor did not act recklessly or imprudently. Some have argued that the expeditionary force was too small. The Commission believes that, on the contrary, even if shipping could have been found to transport and supply more legions, an impossibility without crippling the trade of the entire empire. This would have merely added to the scale of the disaster and would not have averted it. Neither could the rest of the empire be denuded, of legions. The memory of the Camoran usurper was still fresh, and the Emperor believed, and this commission agrees, that the security of the empire precluded a large concentration of military force outside of Tamriel. If anything, the commission believes that the expeditionary force was too large. Despite the creation of 2 new legions during his reign and the recreation of the 5th, the loss of the expeditionary force left the empire in a dangerously weak position relative to the provinces. As the current situation makes all too clear, this suggests that the invasion of the Akavir was beyond the empire's current strength, even if the emperor could have fielded and maintained a larger force in Akavir. The empire may have disintegrated behind him. The invasion of Akavir. The expeditionary force left Black Harbor on 23rd Rain's Hand 288 and with fair weather landed in Akavir after 6 weeks at sea. The landing site was a small Seishi port at the mouth of a large river, chosen for its proximity to Tamriel, as well as the location in the fertile river valley, giving easy access to the interior, as well as good foraging for the army. All went well at first, as Seishi had abandoned the town when the expeditionary force approached, as it took possession of it and renamed it Septimia, the first colony in the new imperial province of Akavir. The engineers fortified the town and expanded the port facilities to serve the Far East Fleet. The Emperor marched inland with 2 legions. The surrounding land was reported to be rich, well-watered fields and meeting no resistance. The army took the next city upriver, also abandoned. This was refounded as Ionith, and the Emperor established the headquarters there, being much larger than Septimia and better located to dominate the surrounding countryside. The expeditionary force had yet to meet any real resistance, although the legions were constantly shadowed by mounted enemy patrols, which prevented any but large scouting parties from leaving the main body of the army. One thing the Emperor sorely lacked was cavalry, due to the limited space on the transport fleet, although for the time being the battle mages made up for this with magical reconnaissance. The Emperor now sent out envoys to try and contact the Seishi king or whoever ruled this land, but his messengers never returned. In retrospect, the commission believes that valuable time was wasted in this effort while the army was stalled at Ionith, which could have been better spent in advancing quickly while the enemy was still apparently surprised by the invasion. However, the Emperor believed at the time that the Seishi could be overawed by the empire's power, and he might win a province by negotiation with no need for serious fighting. Meanwhile, the 4 legions were busy building a road between Septimia and Ionith, setting up fortified guard posts along the river, and fortifying both cities' defenses, activities which would serve them well later. Due to the lack of cavalry, scouting was limited, and communication between the 2 cities constantly threatened by enemy raiders, with which the legions were still unable to come to grips. The original plan had been to bring the 2 reinforcing legions across as soon as the initial landing had secured a port, but the fateful decision was now taken to delay their arrival and instead begin using the fleet to transport colonists. The Emperor and the Council agreed that due to the complete abandonment of the conquered area by its native population, the colonists were needed to work the fields so that the expeditionary force would not have to rely entirely on the fleet for supplies. In addition, unrest had broken out in Neslia, athwart the supply route to Akavir, and the Council believed the 9th and 17th Legions will be better used in repacifying those territories and securing the expeditionary force's supply lines. The civilian colonists and their supplies began arriving in Septimia in mid-Harfire, and they took over the preparations of the fields, which had been stated by the legionnaires for a spring crop. A number of cavalry mounts were also brought over at this time, and the raids on the 2 imperial colonies subsequently fell off. Seishi emissaries also finally arrived in Ionith, purportedly to begin peace negotiations, and the expeditionary force settled in for what was expected to be a quiet winter. At this time, the council urged the Emperor to return to Tamriel with the fleet to deal with many pressing matters of the Empire while the army was in winter quarters, but the Emperor decided that it would be best to remain in Akavir. This turned out to be fortunate because a large portion of the fleet, including the Emperor's flagship, was destroyed by an early winter storm during the homeward voyage. Winter storm season of 288 to 289 was unusually prolonged and is exceptionally severe, prevented the fleet from returning to Akavir as planned with additional supplies. This was reported to the Emperor by a battle nation, and was agreed that the expeditionary force could survive on what supplies it had on hand until the spring. Part 3. The destruction of the expeditionary force. The winter weather in Akavir was also much more severe than expected. Due to the supply problems and the addition of thousands of civilians, the expeditionary force was on tight rations. To make matters worse, the Seishi raiders returned in force and harried any foraging and scouting parties outside the walls of the 2 cities. Several watchports on the road between the Septimia and Ionith were captured during blizzards, and the rest had been abandoned as untenable. As a result, communication between the 2 cities had to be conducted entirely by magical means, a continuing strain on the Legion's battle mages. On Fifth Sun's dawn, a large entourage of Seishi arrived at Alnith, claiming to bring a peace offering from the Seishi king. That night, these treacherous envoys murdered the guards at one of the city gates and let in a strong party of their comrades who were waiting outside the city walls. Their clear intention was to assassinate the emperor, foiled only by the vigilance and courage of troopers of the 10th who were guarding his palace. Once the alarm was raised, the Seishi inside the city were hunted down and killed to the last man. Needless to say, this was the end of negotiation between the emperor and the Seishi. The arrival of spring only brought worse troubles. Instead of the expected spring rains, a hot, dry wind began to blow from the east, continuing with varying strength through the entire summer. The crops field and even the river, which in the previous year had been navigable by small boats for the upstream of Ionith, was completely dried up by sun's height. It is unknown if this was due to a previously unknown weather pattern unique to the Akavir, or the Seishi manipulated the weather through magical means. The Commission leans towards the former conclusion, as there is no direct evidence of the Seishi possessing such fearsome arcane power, but the latter possibility cannot be entirely ruled out. Due to prolonged bad weather, the supply fleet was late in setting out from Black Harbor. It finally left port in early Second Sea, but was again severely mauled by storms and limped into Septemia 8 weeks later, much reduced. Because of the increasingly desperate supply situation in Akavir, the Emperor dispatched most of his battle mage corps with the fleet to assist it in weathering the storms, which seemed likely to continue all summer. At this time, the council urged the Emperor to abandon the invasion and to return to Tamriel with the expeditionary force. But he again refused, noting that the fleet was no longer large enough to transport all 4 legions at once. The Commission agrees that leaving 1 or more legions behind in Akavir to await the return of the fleet would have damaged army morale, but the Commission also notes the loss of 1 legion would have been preferable to the loss of the entire expeditionary force. It is a unanimous opinion of the Commission that this was the last point at which complete disaster might have been averted. Once a decision was made to send the fleet back for reinforcements and supplies, events proceeded to their inevitable conclusion. From this point on, much less is known about what has transpired in Akavir. With most of the battle mages assisting the fleet, communication between the expeditionary force and Tamriel was limited, especially as the situation in Akavir worsened and the remaining battle mages had their power stretched to the limit, attending to all needs of the legions. However, it appears that the Seishi may also have been actively interfering with the mages in some unknown manner. Some of the mages in Akavir reported their powers being abnormally weak, and the mages of the War College in Cyrodiil, who were handling communications for the Consul, reported problems linking up with their compatriots in Akavir, in between master and pupil long training. The Commission urges that the War Council make a particular study of the arcane powers of the Seishi should the Empire ever come into conflict with Akavir again. What is known is that the Emperor marched out of Island at the mid-sun's height, leaving only small garrisons to hold the cities. He had learned that the Seishi were massing their forces on the other side of the mountain range to the north. He intended to smash their army before it could gather full strength and capture the supplies, of which he was in desperate need. Its rapid advancement had taken the Seishi by surprise, and the expeditionary force crossed the mountains and fell in their camp, routing the Seishi army and capturing its leader, a noble of some kind. But the Emperor was soon forced to retreat, and the Legion suffered heavily on their retreat to Ionith. The Emperor now found himself besieged in Ionith, cut off from the small garrison at Septimia, which was also besieged. By this time, it seemed that the efforts of the few remaining battle mages were devoted entirely to creating water to keep the army alive, a skill not normally emphasized by the War College. The fleet had arrived safely back to Black Harbor thanks to the Battle Mage Corps, but all attempts to return to Akavir were frustrated by a series of ever more savage storms that battered Azroniet throughout the rest of 289. The Council's last contact with the Emperor was in early frostfall. By evening star, the Council was extremely worried about the situation in Akavir and ordered the fleet to sail regardless of the risk. Despite the continuous storms, the fleet managed to press onto Akavir. Hope was raised when contact was made with the Emperor's battle mage, reported that Alnith still held out. Plans were quickly laid for the expeditionary force to break out of Island and fall back on Septimia, where the fleet would meet them. This was the last direct contact with the expeditionary force. The fleet arrived at Septimia to find its garrison under a savage assault from a large Seishi army. The battle mixed with the fleet threw back the enemy long enough for the survivors to embark and the fleet to withdraw. The few survivors of the expeditionary force who reached Septimia told how the Emperor had led the army out of Ainith by night 2 days earlier, successfully breaking through the enemy lines, but then being surrounded by overwhelming forces on the road to Septimia. They told of a heroic last stand by the Emperor and the 10th Legion, which allowed a remnant of the 14th to reach Septimia. 2 survivors of the 10th arrived at Septimia that night, having slipped through the enemy lines during their undisciplined victory celebration. These men confirmed having seen the Emperor die, cut down by enemy arrows as he rallied the 10th shield wall. Part 4 conclusion. The Commission believes that the invasion of Akmir was doomed from the start for several reasons, none of which could have been foreseen beforehand, unfortunately. Despite extensive intelligence gathering, the expeditionary force was clearly unprepared for the situation in Akmir. The unexpected weather which plagued the army and navy was particularly disastrous. Without the loss of a majority of the Far East fleet during the campaign, the expeditionary force could have been withdrawn in 289. The weather also forced the Emperor to assist most of his battlemage corps, the fleet leaving him without their valuable assistance during the fighting which soon followed. And of course, the unexpected drought which struck Ionia during 289 dashed the hopes of supplying the army locally and left the expeditionary force in an untenable situation and besieged in Ionith. The Seishi were also much stronger than intelligence reports had suggested. Information on the size of the army the Seishi were eventually able to field against the expeditionary forces vague, and the only serious fighting took place after regular communications were cut off between the Emperor and the Consul. Nevertheless, it seems that the Seishi outnumbered the Emperor's forces by several times, as they were able to force 4 crack legions to retreat and then keep them under siege for several months. As was stated previously, the Commission declines to criticize the initial decision to invade Akmir, based on what was known at the time the plan seemed sound. It is only with the benefit of hindsight does it become obvious that the invasion had very little chance of success. Nevertheless, the Commission believes several valuable lessons can be taken from this disaster. First, the Seishi may have extremely powerful arcane forces at their command. The possibility that they may have manipulated the weather across such a vast region seems incredible, and it should be noted that 3 commissioners strongly objected to this paragraph even being included in the report. But the Commission believes that this matter deserves urgent investigation. The potential danger is such that even the slight possibility must be taken seriously. Second, the Seishi appears to possess no navy to speak of. The expeditionary force was never threatened by sea, and the Far East fleet fought nothing but the weather. Indeed, initial plans called for a portion of the fleet to remain in Akmir for use in coastal operations, but in the event there were very few places where the large vessels of the fleet could approach the land due to the innumerable reefs, sandbars, islands, etc. that infested the coastal waters north and south from Septimia. Due to the utter lack of trees in the plain around the Septimia and Ionith, the expeditionary force was unable to build smaller vessels which could have navigated the shallow coastal waters. Any future military expeditions against Akmir would do well to consider some way of bringing a means for inshore naval operations in order to exploit this clear advantage over the Seishi, an advantage that was sadly unexploited by the expeditionary force. Third, much longer term study needs to be made of Akmir before another invasion could even be contemplated. The information gathered over the 4 years prior to the invasion was extensive but clearly inadequate. The weather conditions were completely unexpected, the Seishi much stronger than expected, the attempted negotiation by the Emperor with the Seishi a disaster. The Akmir proved alien beyond expectation, and the Commission believes any future attempt to invade Akmir should not be contemplated without much greater knowledge of the conditions, politics, and peoples of the continent than presently obtained. Finally, the Commission unanimously concludes that given what we know now, any attempt to invade Akmir is folly, at least in the present state of the Empire. The Empire's legions are needed at home. One day, a peaceful united empire will return to Akavir and exact a severe retribution for the disaster at Aynith and for our fallen emperor. But that day is not now nor in the foreseeable future. Skill charter. Did we read this? Yes, we have. This is probably gonna be the last book you read, Doors of Oblivion. Actually, no, we'll read that next time. That is actually a skill book, so that's good to know. I think that's gonna do it for today. We've been reading for... Can't tell if that says 35 minutes or 25 minutes. It's, my OBS is too far away. I think that's 25 minutes. But that's gonna do it for today. I think I kind of want to take a break. I am very hungry right now, so I'm gonna get a snack. I will see you all next time.